Why is learning about the crypto market like exploring an adventurous new world? Crypto is only a dozen years old, but in a short period of time, it has become a global phenomenon that is changing the way we look at money, technology, and even the future. Unlike the slow-moving, old-fashioned rule-bound traditional markets, crypto offers an adrenaline-pumping dynamic that opens the door to imagination. Here's why learning about it is so exciting. 1. Volatility, the never-boring financial roller coaster. Imagine a market that can go up 100% in a day, then down 50% the next day. In the crypto world, volatility is the ultimate spice. It's not a place for the faint of heart, but for learners, volatility is a real laboratory for understanding market psychology, risk management, and adaptive trading strategies. Not to mention, the crypto market is open 24/7, no breaks or holidays. Every second, there's a new story. 2. Open access for all, from farmers to programmers. Crypto has no status. Anyone, anywhere, can play as long as they have an internet connection. No need to open a bank account, no minimum wealth requirement, and no brokerage intermediaries who charge huge commissions. This is true financial democratization. A student in Indonesia can buy Bitcoin with $1, while a developer in Nigeria can create his own token. This is an inclusive future that is hard to find in the stock or property markets. 3. Revolutionary technology. Blockchain is not just a digital cash book. Blockchain, the heart of crypto, is a technology that changes the way we trust things. Imagine a system where transactions are transparently recorded, cannot be manipulated, and are managed by a global network of computers, not banks or governments. Learning crypto means diving into the world of smart contracts, self-executing contracts, DeFi, bankless financial services, and NFTs that change the concept of ownership. It's not just about trading, but understanding the technological revolution. 4. Relentless innovation, from Dogecoin to Metaverse. Crypto is not just Bitcoin every day. New projects are born with crazy ideas. Some want to replace cash, others build virtual worlds, Metaverse. Others create bankless lending platforms, DeFi, or even turn digital art into valuable assets, NFTs. Learning crypto is like stepping into a futuristic laboratory. You never know what inventions tomorrow will bring. 5. A lively and passionate community. Behind crypto, there is a global community of fanatics. They gather on Twitter, Discord, or Reddit debating technology, sharing hilarious memes, or rallying behind a favorite project. It's this community that makes Shiba Inu phenomenal or Dogecoin launched to the moon by Elon Musk's tweets. Learning crypto also means learning the power of mass collaboration, something rarely seen in traditional markets. 6. Regulatory challenges, the fight between freedom and control. Governments and central banks around the world are still confused about crypto. Some ban, some embrace, some create their own digital currencies, CBDCs. This regulatory dynamic creates an interesting tension. Will crypto remain a symbol of freedom, or will it be controlled like conventional assets? Monitoring these developments is like watching a political economic thriller series. 7. Opportunity to shape the future. Crypto is not just an investment, but a movement. By learning about it, you're not just making a profit, you're participating in building an alternative economic system more transparent, efficient, and fair. Every decision you make, whether as an investor, developer, or casual user, can have an impact on the direction this technology takes. Conclusion: crypto is not a price, but a story of possibilities. Yes, crypto is risky, but behind the risk is a world of surprises that challenge logic, creativity, and courage. Here, an artist can become a millionaire through NFTs, a remote village can access financial services, and technology can defeat giant institutions. Learning crypto is like holding a ticket to witness and possibly influence a new chapter of human history. Want to ride the roller coaster? Chapter 2. Blockchain, not just a technology, but a revolution that's just beginning. Imagine a world where financial transactions are no longer controlled by banks. Asset ownership can be proven without a notary, and business contracts are automated without the need for courts. This is not a sci-fi movie scene, but the reality being built by blockchain, the technology behind crypto that is changing the way we trust, interact, and organize systems. Why is blockchain called the technology of the future? Let's dive deeper. 1. Decentralization. When power returns to the people. Blockchain is the answer to the distrust of centralized systems. Traditionally, banks, governments, or large corporations have been the custodians of our data and transactions. But blockchain removes that role. With a distributed system, data is stored on thousands of computers at once. No single party can manipulate or control it. An obvious example? Bitcoin. With no central bank, no CEO, no headquarters, Bitcoin has been running 24/7 for 15 years because of blockchain. This is not just a technology, but a philosophical shift from trust in institutions to trust in code. 2. Smart contract, self-running contracts. Imagine a rental contract that automatically returns the deposit at the end of the lease term, or an insurance contract that pays out immediately when natural disaster conditions are met without the need for bureaucracy or brokers. This is what smart contracts on the blockchain do. Smart contracts are programs that run automatically when conditions are met. There is no room for human fraud or negligence. Ethereum, Solana, or Cardano are already using this to create decentralized applications, dApps, in logistics, healthcare, even art. 3. A more transparent and anti-corruption future. Blockchain is like a digital ledger that is open to all, but cannot be altered. Every transaction is permanently recorded and can be tracked by anyone. Imagine if government budgets or social assistance funds were recorded on a blockchain. The public could monitor every dollar. No more missing funds or project markups. Corruption becomes more difficult because the digital trail is eternal. A concrete example? In Georgia, land certificates are registered on the blockchain to prevent forgery. In Africa, blockchain is being used for accurate vaccine distribution. 4. DeFi. Bank in the palm of your hand. Decentralized finance, DeFi, is proof that blockchain is not just a theory. With DeFi, anyone can borrow money without a bank, with just crypto as collateral. Save with 5 to 10% interest per year, no administrative requirements. Transact across borders in minutes, without exorbitant fees. All of this is run by smart contracts on the blockchain. The total value locked in DeFi once touched $180 billion. This is just the beginning. In the future, DeFi could be an alternative for the 1.4 billion people who don't have access to banks. 5. Blockchain won't stop at crypto. Crypto is just the first application of blockchain. The technology is expanding into other sectors. Supply chain. Track the origin of food from farm to table. Healthcare. Secure and easily accessible patient medical records. NFT. Digital proof of ownership for art, concert tickets, even diploma certificates. Voting system. Elections without fraud, as votes are recorded on the blockchain. IBM, Microsoft, and the Singapore government are already experimenting with blockchain for business efficiency. Even traditional industries like agriculture and energy are starting to adopt it. 6. Challenges and potential, a long way to go. Blockchain is not without its problems. Scalability, energy consumption on some networks, and unclear regulations are still challenges. But look at the innovations that are emerging. Second-generation blockchains, like Ethereum 2.0, that are faster and greener. Sharding and Layer 2 technology to increase transaction capacity. Collaboration between blockchain and AI and IoT for hybrid solutions. This proves that blockchain is not a momentary hype, but a technology that continues to evolve like the internet in the 90s. 6. Freedom to contribute to global change. Crypto is not just for getting rich quick. It's a tool to send money to family abroad without 20% fees. Donate to war refugees anonymously. Finance revolutionary startups through tokens without venture capital. For millennials and Gen Z who care about social issues, crypto is a way to profit with purpose. Conclusion: crypto is the manifestation of live free or die in the digital age. Crypto may be risky, but for a generation that sees expensive homes, uncertain jobs, and a climate crisis, that risk pales in comparison to the threat of the old economic system. This isn't just an asset market, it's a movement to take back control of our lives from an unjust system, proving that technology can be more powerful than politics. Rewrite the rules of the global economic game. The question: Do you want to stay in the comfort zone of the old system or help define what freedom means in the future? Be your own bank or die a slave to the algorithm. Chapter 4. Crypto. From $1 to millions? It's a dreamland that defies logic. Imagine buying something for the price of a cup of coffee, only to have it explode in value to buy a villa in Bali. It sounds like a fairy tale, but this is the reality of the crypto world. From Bitcoin, which has risen more than 9 million% since 2010, to Dogecoin, which turned a joke into an overnight fortune, crypto has proven small money can be life-changing money. Why is this possible? Let's get to the bottom of it. 1. The power of small chili peppers, assets that can buy fractions. In the stock market, buying Apple stock requires hundreds of dollars per share. In real estate, the down payment for a house is at least hundreds of thousands of dollars. But in crypto, you can start with $1, buy 0.0001 Bitcoin or millions of Shiba Inu coins. There is no minimum limit. Platforms like Binance or Bybit make it possible to buy crypto for pennies. Crazy multiplier potential. Cryptocurrencies like Solana, SOL, once rose 12,000% in a year. It's like buying a lottery ticket that costs a piece of candy, but the prize could be life-changing. 2. A true story that's more exciting than a Hollywood movie. Bitcoin Pizza Guy, 2010. The programmer who bought 2 pizzas with 10,000 BTC, now equivalent to $1 billion. Dogecoin Millionaires, 2021. High school boy becomes a millionaire for investing $100 in Doge. Shiba Inu Army, 2022. Filipina housewife retires early after her SHIB portfolio surpasses $300,000. These are not professional traders or institutional investors, just ordinary people who took a risk at the beginning. 3. Unstoppable supply and demand mechanism. Crypto prices exploded due to a unique combination of supply is limited. There are only 21 million pieces of Bitcoin. Global demand. 400 million crypto users scrambling for scarce assets. FOMO, fear of missing out, effect. Media and community accelerate hysteria. Example. If you buy Bitcoin in 2013, $100, then sell it at the peak of 2021, $69,000. Your profit equals 69,000%. If you buy Ethereum in 2015, 43 cents, then sell it in 2021, $4,800. Profit equals 1,116,000%. In traditional markets, it takes 30 years for a return like this. In crypto, it can take 3 months. Conclusion. We are in a transitional era of history. Blockchain is not just a technology of the future, but a tool to build a more open, fair, and efficient future. It may not be perfect, but every day, thousands of developers, startups, and communities around the world are working to perfect it. In the hands of the current generation, blockchain could be the foundation for a financial system without discrimination, accountable governance, an automated and seamless business ecosystem. The question is not, will blockchain change the world, but how fast can we adapt? Will you be a spectator or a player in this revolution? Chapter 3. Crypto, not just digital money, but a passport to financial freedom. Imagine having complete control over your money. No banks to restrict transfers, no governments to freeze assets, and no binding hours of operation. This is the promise of crypto, a movement that transforms money from a tool of control to a tool of freedom. No wonder Generation Z and Millennials, 80% of crypto users, have made it a symbol of rebellion against the old system. Why is this concept of freedom so alluring? Let's explore. 1. Bank in pocket. Financial sovereignty like never before. Crypto eliminates the role of financial parents, like banks or governments. With a crypto wallet, you are the CEO of your own bank. Store, send, or invest assets without anyone's permission. The master of identity. No need for complicated KYC to open an account. True key owner. Your assets can't be seized or frozen unless you give them access. For a generation that grew up with TikTok and Instagram, where everything is accessible at a glance, crypto is the answer to anxiety. Why does money have to be so complicated? 2. Fighting a system that marginalizes. Crypto equals the weapon of the young. Generation Z and Millennials are the generation that watched their grandparents lose their savings due to the 2008 crisis, are trapped in student debt, or find it difficult to buy a house due to inflation. Distrust old institutions that are perceived as corrupt or non-transparent. Crypto, with its open and auditable blockchain, offers an alternative, a system managed by code, not by greedy humans. It's not just an investment, it's a form of protest. 3. Adventures without borders. From El Salvador to the metaverse. Crypto is a ticket to explore new worlds. Create without gatekeepers. Artists sell NFTs directly to fans. Musicians share royalties via smart contracts. Work from anywhere. Earn a salary in stablecoins without being tied to local banks. Live in a parallel economy. Buy land in the metaverse. Pay for coffee with Bitcoin in El Salvador, or fund social projects via DAOs. For a generation that prioritizes experiences over possessions, crypto is an infinite playground. 4. Community, not competition. Everyone can be a hero. In the crypto world, a teenager can become a millionaire because of a meme coin. A developer in a village can create a token that thousands of people use. The crypto community doesn't care about titles or age, it's about contributions and ideas. Look at how Dogecoin started as a joke, but was saved by the community. Shiba Inu built its own ecosystem because of collective support. Airdrop often rewards active participants, not big financiers. This matches Generation Z values: collaboration, equality, and meritocracy. 4. The meme economy, when jokes turn to gold. Crypto is the only market in the world where a Shiba Inu dog can be the mascot of $300 trillion in assets. A coin named Harry Potter Obamasonic 10 Inu can break $300 million in capitalization. The Reddit community could fry the price of the crypto version of GameStop, AMC/GME token. It's no longer about fundamental analysis, but the power of narrative and community. For a generation adept at viralizing memes, crypto is a canvas to create wealth from a logic. 5. All in or nothing. High risk, higher reward. Crypto volatility is like a double-edged knife. It can drop 80% in a week. See Terra Luna, which crashed in May 2022. But it can also go up 10,000% in a year, like BNB in 2020 to 2021. For beginners, it's like learning to swim in choppy seas. But for those who survive, the prize is not just money. It's mental steel and sharp market instincts. 6. The opportunity that never sleeps. 24 hours a week, nonstop market and innovation. The markets are open nonstop. Trade anytime, even when you're up late gaming. New projects every second. Every day, 50+ new tokens are born on various blockchains. DeFi and NFT era. You can earn 20% passive income per year through staking or sell digital art for the price of a house. This is not a market for waiting for the perfect timing, but for those who dare to leap of faith in the midst of chaos. Conclusion: crypto isn't magic. It's the mathematics of opportunity. Is it true that crypto can make you rich? Yes, but 95% of crypto traders fail because they are greedy or undisciplined. Only 1% is truly life-changing money. But 100% of crypto success stories started with spare change plus courage. This is not a shortcut, but a lottery you can influence. Research the technology. Understand risk. Manage emotions. Dare to cut loss. If you win, your money can multiply. If you lose, $10 lost is not worth the lesson learned. The question: do you want to keep watching from the sidelines or jump into the arena where dreams and crises come together? Crypto is the only market where a homeless person can flip a fortune and a Wall Street banker can lose his mansion in the same week. Chapter 5. Crypto, from fraudulent business to superstar, when mainstream media can no longer ignore it. Today, crypto may still be made fun of on television or labeled as a Ponzi scheme by conservative economists. But remember, the media once called the internet a fad, smartphones useless gadgets, and Elon Musk a madman. History proves what is considered ridiculous today could be the norm tomorrow. So it is with crypto. As adoption reaches a tipping point, the mainstream media has no choice but to bend to reality. Crypto is no longer an option, but a necessity. 1. Money talks. When it's worth $1 trillion, the media will look away. The media loves two things, money and hype. Crypto has both. Bitcoin is already worth more than Disney, Netflix, or Coca-Cola. The total crypto market once hit $3 trillion, beating the UK's GDP. The story of a new billionaire from Dogecoin or Shiba Inu is more interesting than blue-chip stock news. Once Wall Street steps in, via Bitcoin ETFs, futures, or custody, financial media like CNBC or Bloomberg will scramble to cover crypto. They don't want to lose the audience that flocks to the YouTube of crypto analysts. 2. Generation Z and Alpha, an audience that doesn't care about old opinions. Mainstream media lives on clicks and viewership. But young viewers, 60% trust crypto influencers on TikTok more than economists' comments in newspapers. More interested in NFT tutorials than stock market news. Consider crypto wallets like MetaMask as must-have apps, not fringe products. To survive, the media must follow the tastes of its audience. If the younger generation makes crypto a culture, the media will change from judging to embracing. 3. When all top companies use blockchain. Imagine this headline in Forbes in 2027. Starbucks accepts Shiba Inu to order coffee in the metaverse. Nike releases exclusive token-only virtual shoes. U.S. government to use blockchain for tax records. Crypto aging is inevitable when every major brand has a Web3 strategy. Every bank offers crypto products. Every major artist sells albums as NFTs. The media will race to be the most trend-savvy, just as they rush to open text sections in the dot-com boom era. 4. The narrative shifts from gambling to social innovation. Eventually, the media will find the positive angle that crypto is selling. Inspirational stories. Kenyan farmers who can borrow money via DeFi. Poor artists who get rich via NFTs. Heroic technology. Blockchain saves war victims with uncensored fund transfers or proves authenticity of fake drugs in Africa. Environmental story. Ethereum is now 99% more energy efficient after switching to proof of stake. This will change the crypto stigma from speculation tool to weapon against injustice. 5. When big countries give up and adopt. Media resistance will melt away as superpowers begin to legitimize crypto. U.S. SEC approves Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. CNN buzzes about how to invest for retirement. UE. Blockchain-based digital euro. BBC headline. The future of money has arrived. China. After long ban, finally soft with CBDC. Reuters. China reverses course. The media doesn't want to look out of date. If governments and giant corporations compromise on crypto, they will dance to the tune. 6. The cool factor. When your elementary school cousin already has an NFT. The coolness of crypto will reach a peak when Marvel movies release NFT-based superhero characters. Taylor Swift launches an exclusive album on blockchain. Elementary school teachers teach math using crypto staking examples. When crypto permeates pop culture to the point where it becomes a part of everyday life, the media will glamorize it as a symbol of progress, just like they glamorize Apple or Tesla today. Conclusion. The media will be followers, not leaders. Media history proves they are rarely pioneers. They only exaggerate what is already mainstream. Crypto may still be a laughingstock today, but it was 1 billion crypto users reached. Bitcoin displaces gold as a safe haven. And Meta integrates crypto wallets into Instagram. Every media outlet that used to sneer will race to write. Have you invested in crypto? Here's a complete guide. The question, do you want to wait for the media to say this is cool or be part of what makes it cool? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. But this time, they will click on your article. Okay, before we end, don't forget our golden rules. 5 important rules. First, don't use hot money. Use extra or idle money. Do not use money for daily needs or money that will be used in the near future. Second, don't over-leverage. Risk what you can afford to lose if you are trading derivatives, futures. Always use a stop loss because the crypto market is very volatile. Third, 70 Bitcoin 30 altcoin. Always allocate more in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the parent of crypto. By allocating more in Bitcoin, your portfolio will be safer when the market is not as expected. Fourth, always stay cash. Always stay in cash 10 to 20 to buy when the market discounts or drops significantly. Then you can sell when the price has risen, so that you still have cash for the next discount. Fifth, think long-term. Investing is not about 1 or 2 days to get rich. So think long-term and minimize the risks that might make your money disappear. Everything takes time. Remember, Warren Buffett didn't build his fortune overnight. If you find this video useful, help us to continue to make videos like this by clicking subscribe and share with your family and friends. Don't forget to let us know in the comments column if there is anything you have questions about, because your comments mean a lot to build this channel. See you soon, and don't forget, HODL knowledge and mindset first, then HODL assets.